When you feel the music starting to kind of come up and be a part of the... how does it come to you? How does it start? Does it start with you guys? You have something, an inkling?
No, we just got together and we just close our eyes and plug in and just sort of, you know, commune. That's how most bands do it anyway. I guess most bands is one or two people who come in with kind of
some idea,
fully formed
songs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, we work in a way where we just sort of let the music.
It's even stranger these days because now we work in the studio, and there's a tape deck there all the time. So these things that become songs, they form even sooner than a band rehearsing in a rehearsal studio and then taking it to the studio. Yeah, we'll like play on a theme or an idea for 2 or 3 days and just record 2 hours worth of stuff, and then we'll listen to it and cut a song up out of it, and then have to go back and figure out how to sort of play it as a structure once we've already sort of put it on tape and sliced it and diced it a little bit.
It always comes out of an improvisation, though.
Yeah. Usually these days, it's the way a lot of our best stuff works. I mean, sometimes Thurston or anyone will bring in a riff start on, you know, but...
something they've been hearing in their head or whatever that just won't let go.
Yeah. Thurston's been listening to a lot of 70s AM radio lately.
Classic rock. Lately?
Since the 70s, yeah.
See, we have to kind of come
blood, baby.
Come guest DJ one morning and play some of the 70s.
Play some 70s?
Absolutely.
He only remembers like 2 or 3 lyrics, though, from each song.
Like what?
Just enough to, like, have a catchy riff that kind of...
Love grows where my rosemary goes. Put your hand in the hand of the man.
Ride, Captain, ride upon your mystery ship.
We have all this new material. Right now, most of it's sort of instrumental, extrapolated 10-minute compositions.
We've recently set up our own studio in the last year or so we're doing a lot of work there and just really working on instrumental stuff and recording a lot of stuff that we play and then going back, listening to it, working on it, and slowly working towards the next album.
Cool.
And in the meantime, we've sort of established our own record label to release stuff that's going on in the studio in like more of these instrumental kind of things or tape collage, stuff like that. The first one just came out this week. We'll get you a copy.
So
actually, there's one in the mail to you.
Yeah. Okay.
And so a lot of the stuff we're playing right now comes out of these jams. I mean, some of them eventually will go on the next album, and they'll be slightly more proper songs with lyrics. But right now, there are a lot of these, you know, as Thurston said, instrumental compositions.
I mean, we just sort of recently came into all this music.
We've been working.
It just sort of came. Yeah. We sort of had it ready to go, and we did a show at the Cooler, which is a little club on 14th Street.
Yeah.
Like a month and a half ago.
We didn't advertise it so much. We just went down there and played, and
that's mostly a jazz venue or avant-garde.
It's everything. I mean,
cool.
it's devoted to experimental music, you know, as much as any other
They
place.
do a lot of DJ stuff there.
Yeah, it's very pro-DJ culture.
But more like underground stuff.
Great. You need places like that in New York right now because there's something brewing here that's not quite, you know, come to fruition. It's not ripened yet, but you can feel something swirling and building. I get that
But it's always like that in New York. New York is always sort of in this kind of flux kind of thing with music, I find. I mean, sometimes you'll get like, you know, one movement or genre that's really just sort of
rises up,
you know, like punk rock or...
But there's so much music here constantly that...
Yeah, that there's always this feeling of things developing in a way.
Well, maybe that's
But even punk rock, I mean, it sort of took its stronghold in the rest of the world. Like here, it was like this kind of developing process in a way with a lot of artists and stuff like that, and it created this kind of genre. And then it seems like the rest of the world took it and created this really strict thing. Whereas New York sort of went forward, and you know, you had no wave and you had other kinds of stuff, and you had this much more sort of multicultural kind of...
Do you think that's part of the cycle that New York sort of helps get the broth going, and then when it starts to become, I don't know if this analogy works, but
maybe.
the soup, maybe people get bored with it and they're onto something else, and somebody else goes, hey, that was pretty good, and it sort of moves
I think there's a really good correlation between food and music. I've really been into that lately.
What can we say about what you're going to document today? What are you heading into the studios? What sort of mindset are you heading in with?
Total destruction.
Beautiful destruction.